last home SEC series of the season.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you believe we're here? Let's talk about
No,
it.
it's been, shoot, seems like we were just in Arizona. It's just been a really fun team to coach. You know, I'm so proud of all the seniors, especially Callie Hevlin, who's stuck it out for 4 years. Just a great young lady with a great family, very resilient kid. Just has done everything we've asked of her with a smile as well. So, and then, you know, we have the 3 first-year seniors, and that's been really enjoyable to have those 3. And I think it's what it's done is force us to really get them into our culture quickly. Because I don't have 4 years. You know, I had 4 years with Callie, I only have 10 months with them. So it's just been a blessing and just a really good group.
You talk about Callie sticking with it. Obviously, she's the last one left from her original class. Just kind of, and then her stats have kind of improved every year. Just kind of what kind of perseverance have you seen out of her in her career at Alabama and the way she's grown?
Well, I think it really, you got to give credit to her parents, number one. Just great people. She's All-American at being coached, you know, just takes it and gets better and, you know, goes on and works even harder. So it's a rarity, you know, truthfully. So great young lady, and you're right, this is the best that she's played. You know, we always say the best is yet to come. Well, this is it for her. You know, she's started like 6, 5, 4, 3. Now she's in the 2 spot. The most consistent right-handed hitter we've had all year. Probably the biggest threat we've had. The home runs are way up, the RBIs are up. The chase rate is way down. And I think that was the key for her, because, you know, anything and everything that was thrown looked good to her. But this year she's very, very stingy with her swings in a good way, and hammers a good pitch and lets the pitcher's pitch go by. But really, really good up to bat. And she's made some hellacious defensive plays at second base. She really has.
Where's this team grown the most? You talked about Arizona was just...
Yeah, I think just resiliency and grit. Resilient and grit. You know, and people ask me all the time when I go to coaches' clinics or give a speech, and I talk about the 3 G's: grit, grind, and gratitude. And they always say, well, can you build grit? Can you teach grit? And I really think you can. And unfortunately, you have to go through the tough times to build it, because it's like a web. You just keep getting stronger, stronger, stronger. It happens a lot in the fall in the weight room. That's where it starts. And Michelle Diltz does a really good job. And it's a collective grit, because they're all together, 6 a.m., Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you know. And they build it there. And then the other thing, you know, you build mental toughness when things aren't going your way, because it's easy to play when you're 4 for 4, or you haven't made an error in 5 games. But it's the most difficult to play when you're 0 for 8 and you just made an error in front of 4,000 people and you're on national television. That's when it really counts. So I think we've built that. Gritty, not pretty. We say that a lot. I think that might describe this team. And the other thing, brave, not perfect. So, you know, you're in front of a lot of people, and there's only 20 young ladies with Alabama on their chest, and they're in the arena. And just like you guys are, you have a name on a byline. So you are in the arena, and they need to realize that the opinions of a lot of other people don't count. So it matters in here, and you know, they keep going out. You know, that's the biggest part. They keep coming back for more. So they get up when they fall.
When you're facing a team like Mizzou that has wins over Oklahoma and A&M, but is fighting for their postseason life, how do you make sure you're still the team that wants it more this weekend?
They all know that, absolutely. And you know, yesterday we did a State of the Union with the team right here, and we put the SEC standings on the board, and then who has everybody left. You know, we have 2 series. Some schools only have 1 because they have a bye. We've already had it, so you know, we've had 8 straight. But you're right, Missouri's fighting for their postseason lives, and they have a lot to play for. And they have beaten Oklahoma, and they run-ruled Texas A&M. So that's all you need to say, right? So we are not looking past anybody. We're going to respect the hell out of them, and just start from Friday night. That's it, because we got a lot to play for too. Our RPI is looking good. Our strength of schedule is incredible, and we had 2 series left against 2 really good teams. Missouri was 31, and I think South Carolina was 4 in the RPI. So we're going to go up.
When you did the State of the Union thing and we're looking at the standings, was that more like coaches just speaking to them, or did some of the
No, everybody was in their
involved?
seats. Yeah, right here. I used the quote by Joe Madden, who's one of my favorites. I think he was with the Cubs at the time, but he was quoted as saying, "A player will maybe dislike you for a day if you're truly honest with him, but he'll hate you for a lifetime if you lie to him." So I started with that. I said, "Hey, I'm going to give you the truth right now. This is what it looks like. This is what we need to do. This is who we're playing. So let's go." So we're not going to sugarcoat anything, and I'm certainly not going to lie, but this is what we have, and this is what we need to do.
Up against a team like Mizzou that she mentioned with wins over Oklahoma, Texas A&M, what's going to be key for you guys?
Well, I think there are little scouting reports on the board behind us, but they have some really good pop in the lineup. And Three Hole has 17 home runs, which is one of the largest figures of anybody that we've played. So we need to keep the ball in the park. We cannot let them have 22, 23, 24 outs. So we can't give up any freebies. We have to eliminate the walks, the wild pitch, the pass ball, and the hit by pitch. So whatever they get, they earn. They have to earn it. And when we played Oklahoma, that 3-game series, they earned everything. They did. The home run in the 7th, she hit it. She had 2 strikes on her, she earned it. The next 2 games when we won, we limited all that, So we've seen what we can do when we eliminate some of the freebies.
Sounds good.